I've definitely never done a movie like this before. It's a big movie. I mean, again, it's Ridley and this cast and Matt Damon and takes place in space. Never done that before.
This is Justine Browning at the New York Film Festival to talk to the cast of one of the year's most talked about films, The Martian. I absolutely love your role in this film because this is a character that obviously has to be very stern and on top of things, but he's also so funny. Can you talk about balancing the two aspects of this character?
Yeah, I think that from the moment that I read the script, I was like, this is a really intense, serious, dramatic movie and role. But at the same time, I'm laughing all the way through reading it. And so that was kind of exciting for me, that it kind of had both of those things. It felt very honest and truthful in the way that somebody would deal with somebody at that level. And I was able to speak to people from the European Space Agency and their connections with NASA. And it felt very honest that somebody in that circumstance would deal with all of these things in a very serious way, obviously. Very life and death situations, but also when watching it, when experiencing it, when seeing those people do that, sometimes you laugh, and that's a part of this movie. Mark Watney laughs. It's a crazy situation to be in, to be stuck on Mars on his own, It's a crazy situation for all of them, and that's part of the balance of the film, that it has all that drama, but also that humanity.
This character is such a departure for you. We really get to see your range, and at the same time, she's still so funny. So how did you want to... Yes, she is. How did you want to bring a sense of humor, that we know and love you for, to this otherwise serious role?
I don't know. I mean, I think when people know you from doing comedic stuff, sometimes they just laugh at things you do. I don't know. I mean, to be honest, it was we played a little bit with the comedic version of it, but ultimately the part was a pretty serious role, so I just tried to do that. But I don't know how to answer that. I just did what Ridley told me to do.
Always a good idea.
Yeah.
Well, I love a lot of the smaller films that you've done. You always play these really dynamic women, in Welcome to Me, in Skeleton Twins. And I was wondering where you think this fits in, and sort of these incredible women that you've brought to the screen.
I don't know if it does. I mean, I feel like I try to do different things all the time, so nothing really fits together. I don't really know. I mean, I've definitely never done a movie like this before. It's a big movie. I mean, again, it's Ridley and this cast and Matt Damon and takes place in space. Never done that before.
Well, it's wonderful.
Thank you.
It's great to see women in roles of power, I
Yes.
think. That's what Jessica Chastain was talking about a
Yes,
lot.
yes. And she's amazing in the movie, yeah, as usual.
Yeah.
Duh.
Jessica Chastain, your co-star, has said that this film is really important for women because we actually get to see women on screen in positions of power where we don't normally get to. So wondering what your take on that is.
Well, I think Jessica said it really well. I stand by what she said, and I feel lucky that the author of the book, Andy, wrote these characters as he did. And Ridley Scott is one of the filmmakers that almost always has incredible female characters, whether they're strong or crazy or they're all different types. They're not just one type, and hopefully more filmmakers take that upon themselves.
The group dynamic with the team on the mission in this film, you have Jessica Chastain and Kate Mara and yourself on an amazing mission. I was wondering how you developed the group dynamic that comes across so strongly in the film.
Well, we lucked out because Jessica, Kate, Axel Henny, and Michael Pena and I all got to hang out pretty regularly. We actually were like the dinner group. Like, we always went to dinners together, and I think we just hung out a lot. And we all were at the same hotel, and then I think some of that kind of made it to the screen.
What I love is that this was actually a self-published book that went on to be a bestseller, and now, of course, is a film that is just resonating with people. What is it about the story that you think has really just spoken to people, struck a chord with them?
I think it's a very human story. It's about a guy who I think anyone can relate to, and Matt Damon's performance is, I think, what really stands out and makes this movie. It's you root for him, you feel with him, and sort of you just get behind him throughout the story, and you realize that it takes a lot of people to save one life, and that's probably a big message of the movie.
What I love too is that even though this is so suspenseful and the stakes are very high, there's such a humor that's retained to it.
And that's very important because we all need humor to survive, and that's definitely a theme in this movie.